All right, everyone, welcome to the Monday, January 2nd, 2023 edition of the MMAOB Daily Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Adam Martin, and I'm here to do a short podcast today, just solo. Marcel can't join me today. He'll be back next week. Just going over the latest news in MMA. I figured we haven't been here in almost 2 weeks now, right? So there has been some events that have happened, Rizin, Bellator event, obviously. There's been some news in MMA, such as Damir Ismagulov retiring. I definitely want to talk about that as well. So we'll get into that stuff. I hope all you guys had a good holiday. It's a new year, time for New Year's resolutions, and I hope everyone has, or excuse me, they hope they had a great Christmas, and I hope they have a good New Year. So I figure we should get into the show. Like I said, I just want to talk about a few different things. We'll talk about Bellator Rising, Ismagulov. If any other news you guys have, we'll mention it. It's kind of like a dead period in MMA right now, right? Like it's like almost like an intermission. It's like the off season in a way. Other sports have like much longer off seasons. Like football, there's nothing from like February until like August, September, basically. Baseball, what they stop in November and ends in beginning in April, right? So there's these other big sports have off seasons, and then MMA really doesn't. So um, this is kind of like the off season. I guess it's mostly just because there's no UFC events and Bellator too. I mean, quite frankly, like there was the one Bellator Rising event, but I feel like Bellator could have did more events, in my opinion. I think they could have did another one like this week because there's no card this weekend, right? There's also the Cage Warriors card too. We can catch up on that as well. Something happened there in the main event with Jesse Taylor. He got like in a car accident or something, and his opponent Christian Leroy Duncan got signed to the UFC, which is pretty cool. So we'll get into that as well. But I did want to start with the Bellator versus Rizin event just because that was like the most recent event that did take place, and there was like quite a big of star power on that card, I guess you could say. Obviously, the card is in like the middle of the night, so not everyone's able to watch that. But we'll get into it. We got Glenn in the chat. What's up, Glenn? Yeah, just a short podcast today, Glenn. Just wanted to get in here because we haven't been here in 2 weeks. Marcel will be back next week, Glenn, just in case you're wondering. We're back next Monday. We'll get back onto obviously the previews, the recaps, and stuff like that. So we'll start doing that again next week. But for this week, I definitely want to just get into what happened with this Bellator card. So I think let's just start with that. I'll pull it up here on the screen, so it's just easier for everyone to look at. Let me pull it up right now. All right, there we go. All right, so good old Wikipedia, right? Let's get into it. So yeah, obviously, like not I wouldn't say it was like the most exciting card. Like a lot of, especially like the Bellator portion of it, a lot of finish the decisions, right? On the prelims, or I guess the Rizin portion, a lot of knockouts though, and a lot of former UFC fighters got knockouts. Johnny Case, John Dodson, Naoki Inoue, I believe he fought in the UFC as well once. He got a submission win. Yeah, he fought twice actually in the UFC. So there were some nice knockouts and finishes on the prelims, but the main card, I think it lacked a little bit, to be completely honest with you. But and we'll talk about, this guy wants to talk about this lock of the night thing. We'll talk about that in a second too. Let me just get through the Bellator Rising card first, and we could talk about that. I don't mind taking any questions today. It's like a free for all. I think we'll just do like half an hour today because it's just me by myself. So, anyways, let's just get into this card. So yeah, I mean, AJ McKee beats Roberto de Souza. And I wanted to say, like, going into this, like, I figured all the Bellator this side would win the fights. Like, I mean, honestly, like, they weren't the hardest fights to call, and like they weren't exactly close, except for I guess the Archuleta fight, which was a split decision. They weren't exactly the closest fights. Like McKee gets the win here against de Souza. De Souza is good, right? But again, kind of one dimensional, right? Like if he doesn't get you to the ground, submit you, that it's going to be hard for him to win the fight. AJ McKee, very good overall fighter. He's only lost once in his whole career, and it was like a really close decision last year against Pitbull, right? Like this guy is a great fighter. I think his stock stays the same, if not even goes up a little bit, because de Souza is a pretty good, well-regarded fighter. That's a good win for him to have on his resume. For de Souza, I mean, this is a guy that had, win over some nice wins over like Johnny Case and Kazuke Tokudomi, former UFC fighter Mizuto Hirota. Like these are good fighters. So he does have a little bit of power, but mostly a submission guy. Obviously wasn't able to get this fight to the ground for extended periods here and get the submission. But hey, Marcel's here actually. Yeah, sure, Marcel. I'll send you the link. There we go. That's actually good, Marcel. Let me send you the link, man. One sec, guys. I thought Marcel was he told me he was a little busy, but that's okay. I'll send him the link. I'd love to have him on the show. Here you go, Marcel. You can jump on now, my friend. Just send you the link. Decent card, lack of finish, slow pacing, hard to watch. Nice entertaining walk. I think that's the best part about the Bellator Rizin cards, right? Or just Rizin and Pride in general, Dream. The walkouts, right? They're the best. So I'm with you on that, Glenn. Daniel, what's up, man? Pitbull, Razabana Parlay helped me get away the 2 losses I had. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like one of those, in my opinion, chalky cards, and it played out exactly like that. So really, to me, no surprise the way it kind of happened. But yeah, hold on. Let's wait for Marcel to jump on. Should be here in a second, guys, and I'm glad he's going to come on, talk to us. Again, just a shorter show today, but add that in here. Let's see here. There he is. Hey, Marcel, what's up, man? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, bro.
I knew you were busy, but just wanted to jump on quickly. Just a short podcast today. So
yeah, I knew you were going to do one, but I didn't know how late. But this early, so yeah, no, I can.
Yeah, because I'm off work today, right? In my normal job, because holiday, right? So how's it going, man? You okay?
Yeah, man, all good, man. I had a good week, Hope you as well. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm not bad, man. Take it day by day, Marcel. It's a new year, right? New year. I'm trying to put everything behind me. I'm just trying to look forward to a new year. Anyways, just wanted to go through this Rizin card. Just talked about the Adrian McKee, de Souza fight. Patricio Pitbull, he got to win here, Marcel, over a Kleber, Koike, Erbst. I think I pronounced his name right. I mean, kind of a interesting guy. And then I basically just said, like, all the Bellator fighters won, basically. Like, no surprise, really, right?
Yeah, true. It's actually weird that we see Kyoji Horiguchi representing Bellator, right? Because he's been a long time in Rizin. But yeah, they all won, I think it's pretty good wins as well, I mean, Adrian McKee, good win over Roberto de Souza. Like you said, Pitbull against Kleber, Koike, Erbst, good win. Horiguchi, as a little bit more expected against Ogikubo, was the third time they met, and Horiguchi already was 2-0 against him. And yeah, the Archuleta one and Rabadanov. Yeah, I know the Archuleta against Kim was kind of controversial. I saw many people complaining about it, But, it's different scoring, right? It's scoring in its whole fight. It's not like per round, So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the difference, obviously, right? You got to get used to that, right? Because it's a little different. I just sent another tweet out, Marcel, put you in there. So hopefully people see that. All right, cool. Anything else in the main card you want to talk about? This Gadzi Rabananov guy, you like him, obviously.
Yeah, man, but I had to be honest, man. I wasn't really known with Sochu Kim and Koji Takeda, so for me, it's hard to say how big of wins those two are. You know what I mean? I've seen them fight before, but I'm not too familiar with these two guys, with the Japanese and with the South Korean guy. So for me, it's hard to say how much of an impact that those wins have. But it's great by Bellator. Obviously, you do a co-promotion event and you go 5-0 against the opposition. It's really good.
I agree with that. We got John in the chat. Hey, John. Happy New Year to you as well, my friend. You want to quickly talk about the Rizin portion of the card? Like I mentioned, Marcel, John Dodson got a knockout win. It's a nice win for him.
Nasty one, yeah.
Yeah. Johnny Case, another former UFC fighter. Rogerio Benterin lost.
Yeah, and a nasty way, KO.
Yeah, that's I mean, he's been knocked out before, but like if you look at who he's fought in the UFC, it was like top guys. It's not like he's a bad fighter. Like he only got cut because he can't make the weight, right?
Yeah.
He's a good fighter. That's a bad loss for him, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Junior Tafa, that's a good win for him. Do you think he's going to join the UFC, Marcel? Junior Tafa?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised even if they put him on this Perth card upcoming. Because his brother is there, and he got the kickboxing background, right? He fought a lot in Glory. He's an interesting guy. He's a colorful dude as well. He knows how to talk. And he kind of always reminds me of Bruno Mars. I don't know if you have a picture of him. He kind of looks like, in my opinion. He would be a solid addition. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Let's see here. What do you think? Junior Tafa. You think so? Yeah, I guess a little bit.
Yeah.
Without the mustache. But yeah, I mean, like a lot of knockouts. I was saying on like the prelims, right, or like the Rizin portion of the card. But the main card, I mean, Marcel, like. what do you think they could have did differently? Because it was like in the middle of the night, all the fights went to decision. I mean, I don't know if it was promoted great. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I feel like you can still do it at the middle of the night, but you got to give everybody who can watch. You should be able to let them watch. You know what I mean? Tape delay is never an option, and definitely not in 2022. Now it's in 2023 already. It just doesn't make sense. And Bellator did it before, man, with the Tel Aviv cards in Israel. It was on Thursday, and they showed it on Friday. They did it. They do it over here. Listen, man. The Bellator cards over here are on Paramount, and it's a day after they show it on TV. Nobody's gonna watch that. Yeah, people with no internet, but basically nobody gonna watch that, and they didn't even show this card the day after on this Paramount account. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's a good idea at all. MMA fans, they want to be up to date, they want to watch, and they don't want to wait till the day after or till hours after when everything is all ready. And the thing as well is, like, we're fans, but we're also in the media, Yeah. And when you're in the media, you got to be up to date. You cannot say like, oh, I'm not gonna check Twitter or Facebook or whatever the fuck you're gonna check because I don't want to know the outcomes. Doesn't make sense, So.
Right. No, I agree with that. Bellator, like their PR guy reached out to me last week and he's like, do you want to watch the card? I'll send you a link to it, right? I said, sure. But the thing was, Marcel, like I was so tired, I fell asleep. So I caught like the highlights and stuff, but I wasn't able to like stay up and watch it,
I got one as well, but I was just talking like in general that they should be able to give people give them the option to watch it online, if you can't broadcast it. And broadcast it later, if you can broadcast them. But I understand they obviously want to get some views, on the broadcast. But you got to figure something out, man. I always say, man, tape delay is never an option, in my opinion.
No, not in 2023, right? No. Like it's.
I mean, it would have been fun, in the 90s, when we don't have any internet connection or whatever, and you don't have your smartphone. And it's like you got to wait till something comes on TV. You know what I mean? That would be fun. There's no problem, But right now, it's just not an option anymore. The time has passed.
I agree with that. I mean, we're too late into technology, right? If you want to say that.
Exactly that.
You know what I mean? Anything else from this card that you want to mention, or?
Can I give another example? For example,
sure.
They had like betting lines. I remember for the Israel card, which was supposed to happen. Which was happening on Thursday, but was on Friday, on Showtime or whatever back then. And they had the lines or the bets open until Friday, while the fights were already done. I had all the outcomes, so
yeah,
I never did anything with it, but
Oh, like when the Douglas Lima fought, what was it?
Koreshkov.
Yeah, right. Yeah, when he, yeah, that was. You knew what happened. Yeah. We got our boy MMA Locker Room in the chat. What's up, man? He stayed up till 5 a.m. to watch the Bellator. Wow, you're a trooper, my friend. That's good. Yeah, Danny was the one who hooked us up. Anything else you want to talk about from this card? You want to move on or anything else?
Yeah, nothing really. To be real, the only thing that was also really kind of odd was the weigh-in with Johnny Case and Nobumitsu Osawa. I think you saw that one.
I saw it. The guy's freaking like naked, holding like a plate over his dick. Like, what was this guy doing? Like, so I saw the MMA Roasted. He was like, this guy got lost on the way to like the strip club or something. That was funny. Then he gets brutally knocked out by Case in 36 seconds. Johnny Case, by the way, he's looked pretty good lately. I mean, obviously, besides he's had some tough losses. Like, but look who he's fought, right? Yeah. I mean, he did beat Roberto de Souza by knockout. He beat this guy. He's also had some boxing matches, though. See, he's in boxing lately. I've been covering his events for Spectation. He's not 3-0 with 3 knockouts. So,
never thought he was a bad fighter at
all.
No,
I don't think so either. Like, I'm not. Look at his UFC record. I'm not really sure why he got cut. To be honest with you, do you know
he also beat the legend. No, he also beat the legend early in his career. Look,
Jay Ellis.
Right number. Yeah.
Where?
I thought I saw it.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
By the way, there's some guy that just got signed to the UFC.
Nick Fury.
Twice. Yes.
Yeah, Nick Fury.
Dude, come on. You gotta tell our boy Alex the Jinx. He would definitely put that out there. But yeah, I think Case is decent, and I mean, I don't think he's coming back to the UFC, obviously. But I'm just saying, like, he's not like because these losses are like the two really good fighters, and
yeah,
it is what it is. But yeah, he's not bad at all. Anything else on this, or are you good?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right, cool. Giovanni here.
That's one of my best friends. What's
Oh,
up?
nice. What's up, Giovanni? What does this mean? Good day or something? Or like
Achdi means you, like, shut up.
oh, okay. I got it. All right, I want to talk about this now. Is Damir Ismagulov. This is something I want to chat about here, guys. This kind of took me by surprise, Marcel. Now I know he's had some health issues, obviously. He hasn't been fighting like that often in recent years, but like I am surprised he retired here. Let me pull up his Instagram.
So yeah, I got told that I double checked it, obviously, and I got told, man, I don't know if it's like for sure for forever, if it stays this way,
I mean, MMA retirements don't last that long. Let's be honest.
Yes.
But here's what he wrote. I just want to read the statement here. He wrote, "Unfortunately, due to circumstances and health problems, I'm forced to end my sports career. Thanks to those who were with me, regardless of the outcome of my battles, who were sick and worried. It was an interesting journey moment. Remember, I gave everyone a hug." Yeah, I mean, like you said, like a lot of these guys retire and then they come back a year or two later.
Yeah.
If it is the end, I mean, this guy was a damn good fighter. To me, this was like, I was pretty surprised when I saw this first. I was like almost in shock, right? Because like he's in his prime,
I also didn't expect it. So yeah, we'll see what's next.
Really good fighter. Like obviously he lost his last fight to Armin, but it's not like that's a bad loss. Like look at his UFC record. It was perfect before that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beat some good guys. Guram Kotataladze. He beat Rafael Alves, Thiago Moises, Joe Alvarez, Alex Georges. He had a really good career in my opinion. 8 years in the sport. It's a tough sport, man. He's only 31 though. I feel like he's still in his prime. I'm with you, man. I mean, if he can get this health situation figured out, maybe in a few years he can come back. Because it wouldn't be the first time that like an MMA fighter's retired and then come back, like I just mentioned. So hopefully he can get it figured out. I mean, I really liked watching the guy fight. He's a good fighter. Not the most exciting guy, but like he got the job done. And what it's all about is winning and losing in the sport, right? And he gets the wins. So
true.
Block betting stand. We'll talk about that in a second. I do want to talk about that. Yeah. Anything else about Damir? Or are you good with him?
I'm good with him, and I hope he reconsiders.
All right, cool. All right, so some guys were asking about the MMA lock and the betting scandal. I think we should talk about that, Marcel. I'm sure you've kind of seen what's going on with this. All right, so I haven't talked about it all on Twitter because I feel like a lot of people just talk about it too much. Like I really like Clint. He's a really nice guy, diehard MMA, but like I feel like he's been tweeting about this way too much. And then people are like, you don't have to get yourself so involved with it, man. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like I don't want to get myself involved with this because it's none of my business really. I'm not part of the challenge, but you guys are asking what I think, and I'll give you my thoughts. So I've known Manpreet for almost 10 years. Actually, it's been over 10 years. I met him in 2012. He came to I used to work at the Score. Manpreet came in once with a young fighter, an unknown fighter, prospect. He said he had a prospect. I was a reporter at the time. He's like, can you interview this guy? And I'm like, who is this guy? And he goes, it's Gary Mangat. I'm like, who's Gary Mangat? Now Gary Mangat's a good fighter. I think he's in one championship, right? If I'm not mistaken. You know who he is, right, Marcel?
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, so this is back in the day when I don't think he had any fights, or he was fighting for the India Super Fight League, I believe. Let me double check that. I want to say that's where he was. He was there, and he was also with Battlefield Fighting Championship. So I think I'm looking at his record right now. He was like 2-0 or 3-0 at the time when I interviewed him. 2-0, 3-0, something like that. Really unknown fighter. Now, obviously, he's had a good career. He's in one championship, like I mentioned. He just fought a few months ago, won his last fight. So, anyways, the point is, like, I've known this guy for a long time, and over the years, we remained like cordial. Like, I'm not gonna say he's my best friend or anything like that. Like, I wouldn't consider him like a good friend like you, Marcel, but like we were cool. Like, I've met him multiple times. I saw him there was a party once in Toronto. At the John Jones Gustafson fight where he was there. There's a picture of him with like the belt with Elias Theodorou. I think you've seen that picture. It's floating around Twitter. So he was there. I saw him there 2 years ago, I want to say. I went to his house. He invited me to his house, met his girlfriend, who's his wife now, did an interview with him. I was on his podcast last year one time. So for me, it's like me and him have been cool. Now, having said that, this whole situation is terrible. It's just awful. Now, from what I'm seeing, he is starting to pay people back finally. But it took too long, quite frankly. It took way too long. These guys have been waiting months to get paid. I mean, it's just really bad because apparently, he's even admitted it. He dipped into the prize money to pay for personal things. I don't know if it's true, but like apparently could have been paying for his wedding. Now, I think what's going on here is he has like a gambling issue, which I've been through that too. I mean, it's tough, man, to break it. It's a bad habit. It can be a really bad habit, destructive habit. I think what happened was he had all that money sitting there and probably figured, hey, I can use this to make more money. And probably lost some bets. And eventually got, jackpotted himself and bankrupt himself here. It looks like he is, like I said, starting to pay people back, but it just took too long. All the statements and stuff were just a lot of BS, blaming PayPal and stuff. I don't know, man. I got to be honest. I've lost a lot of respect for the guy. I mean, how could you not, right? Like, it's too bad, And I know I'm not the only one. Like, Cody Saftik, who's another guy I've known for a while, like, he did a show with him, and Cody said, like, from a personal and business perspective, like, he doesn't want to be friends with this guy anymore. And I don't blame him. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't blame him. It's just a really messy situation. It's disappointing. Like I said, like, every experience I had with the guy, he was fine. And that's why people trusted him. They thought he was a good dude, and they gave him his money to hold, gave him their money to hold. And eventually he kind of screwed them over. So I'm glad some of these guys are finally getting paid, but it took way too long. And all the excuses and all the bullshit are, it's just really disappointing. So I don't know if you have any thoughts, Marcel, but like, for me, it's kind of messed up. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I know him also through Twitter. I've been one time on his podcast,
Yeah.
It's always been nice to me. So it's hard to say anything bad, and I don't know the ins and outs, but does it look good? That's all I know, and I also haven't talked about it at all because it doesn't concern me actually. And
exactly.
I mean, I don't know exactly what was up. He got called out on it on Twitter. I'm pretty bad. I think like 2 or 3 days ago it was really bad. My whole timeline was flooded with that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And but it is not a good look, obviously. What you said. So yeah.
Not at all. Not at all good look, man. It's disappointing. I mean, I really don't know what else to say. Like, because I'm not part of those groups. But it just puts a stain on the whole community, because like people trusted this dude and you kind of screwed them over, in my opinion. What's up, Hype? How's it going, man? Anyways, anything else you want to say from that? I mean, I pretty much have my thoughts because it's like it doesn't really involve me, but I want to give my 2 cents on it, anyways. You good?
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Obviously, I hope everything get their money. That's all I can say.
I mean, for sure. All right. Hey, what's up, Cyclectos? Early picks for the 2 title fights in the next Bellator card. Ooh, that's a good question. I know that it changed, right? Was it Bellator 280, 290?
289, I think. It could be 290.
289, yeah, 289. Yeah. No, it's 290 actually.
289 was 3 weeks
I was right. I mean, it's hard to pick Fedor at this point of his career, even though it would be nice to see him win. But I mean, we saw him fight Bader, and he got knocked out pretty quick, so it'd be tough to pick him. It'd be nice to see him win, but I mean, 35 seconds 3 years ago, I'm not sure what's changed. And then the other fight, I mean, Tokov's good, but like Eblin is great, so it's a good fight though. I really like that fight, to be honest with you, Marcel. It's a great fight. It's too bad the other fight got canceled. What was it? Amosov and Nemkov and Romero, excuse me, that got canceled. But this is a good replacement on it. Any thoughts? I mean, you have the same picks or?
Dude, I want to pick Fedor so bad, but let's be honest, probably not. And yeah, Ablon did really well against Musashi, right? So, and I'm a huge Tokov fan, man. I said for years he will be champion. So I'm really intrigued, but I don't know, man. Ablon looked really good, so I wouldn't be surprised if he just wins.
Yeah. West Coast says he wants to pick Fedor by knockout. I mean, it'd be nice to see. It's possible, right? Like, it's not like Bader's never been knocked out. He's been knocked out, let me check, like 5 times, I want to say. Yeah, 5 times. So he could get knocked out. But at heavyweight, he's got a better chin, I think. He can make it boring too, right? Like, he could just wrestle Fedor too. I also feel like he does have a better chin than Fedor at this point in his career. Fedor has been knocked out, let me check. In his career, 5 times as well. It's crazy, man. It's 2023, Marcel. You know that fight with like Bigfoot and like Verdun was 13 years ago. The Bigfoot one was 12 years ago now. Crazy, eh?
Bigfoot, yeah.
It's just crazy, man. Like the years go by so fast. Like it's so scary how fast the years go by. Even the Matt Mitchell fight was 6 years ago now. Holy shit. Time goes by very quickly, my guys. What's the plan for next week's show? 2020 awards or 2023 predictions? I think we were going to do the preview for UFC, the Imavov Gaslam card, right, Marcel?
Yeah.
And then you want to do predictions, I think? Is that what you want?
I think that's fun, yeah. Let's do like, I think we should do the preview show first. And I think we should second do some predictions for champions at the end of the year, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that sounds good to me too. So yeah, Glenn, you kind of got it. You kind of hit the nail on the head there, Glenn. That was kind of the plan, and it was Marcel's plan, to be fair. But yeah, I like it. Ebling trained to the grave for sure. I think the guy's really good. But Tokov's good, man. I mean, it's not like that's a good fight. That's a really good fight. You want to just go through some fight announcements on your page?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll do that.
I'm here now. So.
Well, yeah, like I said, I don't want to stick around too long, honestly. But let me pull up your screen. Pull up Marcel's page here, guys. So last thing we'll talk about here, and then at the end we'll take any other questions. But we'll just do some fight announcements. There's a great fight. Rafael Sunsao, Kyler Phillips. Awesome fight. Looking forward to this card. The theater at the Virgin Hotel should be interesting. Sunsao looked amazing, I thought, in his last fight, Marcel. Very surprising how good he looked against Victor Henry. He looked amazing in that fight. But I'm very high on Kyler Phillips. I know he's kind of been up and down in his career in the UFC, but I like him a lot. I would have to, I think, lean towards the younger fighter here, right? Like, he's a lot younger, 13 years, more dynamic. Sunsao looked great, though, his last fight. I guess I would lean towards Phillips. Go ahead.
He might be the best 135 who isn't in the rankings yet, Kyler Phillips. Yeah. So, I would lean towards him as well. By the way, got to add something. People keep asking me why the hell you haven't posted Rob Font against Adrian Yanez. It's very simple, guys. Fights in the works. Probably definitely gonna do this fight, but it's not done yet. Although I saw that Adrian has posted it. I'm not going to go saying like it's not happening or whatever. It's happening, but it's not done yet. I'm just waiting for the news I get when somebody that I need to know would say says it's done, and then I can post it. That's all. So
fair enough. That should be a good fight. A couple other ones, I think. This is the guy Nick Fiore that I was mentioning. He's got 2 wins over Jay Ellis. He's taking on Mateusz Rebecki. He was a contender guy.
Yeah.
He was really good, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he wins, right? Like,
yeah, kind of me too. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's good. Oh, that's next week too, eh?
Yeah.
So it's short notice. Omar Morales is out of the fight. Yeah, that guy's really good.
By the way, I don't know if I tweeted out yet, but Rachmanov won't stay on the card.
So. Yeah, I think you mentioned that maybe in the Discord. That's too bad. You know what? Like, Barberina wanted the fight. Like, why didn't they just give it to him? I mean, I know, like,
right. I mean, the thing is, like, they're like, Barberina said, like, they said I don't deserve the fight. Listen, man, if you are sure Rachmanov is going to win that fight, why not make that fight and put the Jeff Neal fight later this year? You know what I mean? When Jeff Neal is healed, at least Rachmanov can fight, gets a bonus check, and can get further. Now he has to wait till Neal probably is back to get a fight again, because they're probably going to rebook it. So it's like, I don't understand it, and Barberina was literally the only taker, what I've heard. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree with that. All right, let's go to some other ones here. Derek Brunson, Dracus Duplessis, UFC 285. It's a great fight, man. This is an awesome fight. I mean, Duplessis getting a step up here against the number 4 ranked guy. So, big step up. Derek Brunson, really good fighter. He's getting older, though. He's almost 40 now. Wow, it's crazy. He's going to be 39 in, 2 days from now? So,
yeah.
He's still really good, though, man. He can still take you down. He can still knock you out.
He can win this fight.
Yeah.
If he plays it smart. If he plays it smart, he can win this fight, And Drickus obviously has the power to put him away, But we also saw it with Drickus again, I know he won for the 3rd round against Tavares, but he got difficulties, man, if he gets into the later rounds. And it's that Darren Till also was very gassed into that round. But if Brunson can drag him into deep water, man, he can win the fight. So it's not like many people are like, Drake is going to win that. I'm not sure, man. I think it will be competitive.
I agree with you on that one, man. I think it's an interesting fight. I mean, it's a good matchup, good matchmaking, and I like this one.
Me too.
JL's the GOAT. Yeah, Marcel did list him as a notable win. It's Marcel that did it. Marcel.
I always pretty much, if you get like more unknown fighters, I always do 3 names, and Jay Ellis was one of the more notable guys in those names. Doesn't mean that's an amazing win, but I always put 3 names there. So sometimes it's difficult with Mike Jackson or CM Punk, you can't put any name there, but it's sometimes difficult.
No, for sure. Themba Garimbo against AJ Fletcher. Fletcher's replacing Billy Goff.
Yeah.
Is this guy good? This Garimbo guy?
What I saw so far, yes, he's pretty legit, but you never know, It's like how many guys we've seen are super legit outside of the UFC and then they come in the UFC and it's not. But, don't know, man. We have to see his first fight. I think he's the first guy from Zimbabwe coming to the UFC. And yeah, looking forward to it, man. He really has, how do you say that? He's highly confident if you follow him on Twitter. So I'm looking forward to it.
No, for sure. Should be interesting. Or a couple other ones. Blake Builder, Shane Young. This is a fun fight, eh? This one.
Yeah.
This guy Builder looked good on Contender. He got that knockout win over Alex Morgan, Canadian guy. Shane Young, he's on losing record in the UFC, but fought some pretty good competition. Fun guy to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a good fight. I think I'd lean towards Builder though, just because I think Shane Young can get knocked out again. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw Builder replying under it. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's
you don't like that one though. I don't think we talked about this one either. Sean Brady, Michelle Pereira. I mean, it's a great fight, right? Awesome fight.
Yeah, and everybody's saying also like Pereira's going to easily win this. I don't know. I think people underestimate Brady now because he lost to Bilal Muhammad, and many people expected him to win against Bilal Muhammad. But it doesn't mean that Brady can't win this fight. I think both guys are really like kind of different style. Michelle Pereira, flashy style with stand up, and Brady's a really good, pretty much a really good ground fighter. If he can take it to the ground, he can get Michelle Pereira in lots of trouble. I think so. If it keeps standing, obviously Pereira will be at advantage. But yeah, fun fight. And big chance for Pereira to get into the top 10. I think, and Brady got his chance to get into the top 5, and he didn't took it. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
I agree with you, my friend, on this one. It's a good fight. I mean, I do think that Pereira could win. He's looked really good lately, but I don't want to count out Brady. I mean, I've liked him for a while. He looked pretty bad against Ball, obviously, but it was off a layoff, right? So you never know. I don't know. I think we might have got these before. I think we did these before Christmas, if I'm not mistaken, Marcel.
Yeah, possible.
Not that this is a good fight anyways. Cachoeira and Eubanks don't really care about it too much. Perez and Cobb. I think we talked about this one. I want to say we did. If not, this is a good fight. Hopefully these guys stay healthy, especially Perez.
Hope so too.
I don't know if we talked about this one though. Vera saying, I mean, amazing fight, right? Just incredible.
Good fight, man. And I think if Vera wins, he should get a title shot. At least that's what I think.
With you. Hadley, Gordon. Yeah, another decent fight, I guess. Gordon, he hasn't looked great in the UFC, but like Hadley, this kind of, I think, a stepping stone for him. I mean, it's in England, right? So he should win.
Yeah.
Marquez and Barrio. This is a fun fight. Two big, strong dudes. Hopefully Marquez can make it to the fight. He keeps getting fights pulled, which sucks. This fight, I'm not too excited about Marcel. I'm not going to lie. To Burra Ivanov, two big dudes at heavyweight. I don't think that's an exciting fight. Aldrich Lipsky. Have to favor Aldrich in this one, man. I'll tell you right now, Marcel. Lipsky's just hard to trust. And
I agree.
Record is really good. 7-4. Underrated fighter, A couple other ones here. Oh, did we talk about this fight? Did we?
I don't think we did.
I mean, I think, remember, I remember what happened now. Yeah, remember we were talking about it like potentially happening. And I was like, this is the fight they're going to make. And they did it.
Yeah.
I think Tyler should have got the title shot again, personally.
I agree.
I think she deserved the rematch. I do think she should have won that first fight. This is a big step up for Erin. It's a fight she can win, but it's not an easy fight. I don't know, Marcel. What do you think about this fight? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Erin lost, honestly, because I think Tyler's great. So what do you think?
It's a 3-rounder, so I think it's a fun fight, And the thing is, like, I think Erin can win this one, dude. I really think she can, You've
been high on her for a long time, man. Like, probably the first person I know that was, like, super high on her, so.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say she will definitely win because I don't think that she will definitely win. I think this will be a really competitive fight. But I think she can, At the other side, Tyler Santos has looked good lately, Besides from her debut in the UFC, she looked really good, I think, And I also think she won against Shevchenko. So it's really hard, If Tyler wins, she gets another title shot, in my opinion. Although she beat number 10, but I think Erin should be higher than number 10 in my mind, at least. If you look at what she did so far in the UFC, the top 10 place is justified, in my opinion. It shouldn't be higher, but I think she's better than top 10. So. And if Erin wins, for sure, she's there. She will either get a title shot or maybe she fights Grasso or Fiorot. I still think Fiorot should fight Grasso next.
What's
We'll
Valentina
see.
gonna do? Just wait?
Yeah, wait or fight Whaley. I don't
Yeah.
care. You know, she should have taken the Santos fight, in my opinion. And yeah, we'll see, man. And I mean, maybe Tatiana Suarez comes back at 125. You know, and if she has a good opponent and she has a good showing, maybe we can see that one. And I also hear like kind of that we maybe can see Jennifer Maya fighting Casey O'Neill soon, but
Oh, you heard
that's
that?
not.
Okay.
Yeah, but nothing official yet. So
It's
yeah, it's an
interesting fight.
interesting
There
division.
you go, guys. There's a little bit of news there. What's up, Gorilla? What's up, boys? Happy New Year. You too. He says he likes to fight. Me too. Aaron wins. One win for a title fight. 100%. I mean, the winner of this fight's getting a title shot, right? I would think.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron getting the strap's inevitable. Probably. I mean, she's so young, right? Like, she has so much. Even if she loses this fight, like, which she might.
I mean,
she's only 23.
The funny thing is, her only loss on the record, I still think she didn't lose that fight.
Tracy
so
Cortez, right?
yeah, and the Victor. Yeah. So yeah.
By the way, Tracy Cortez, I mean, she puts out the statement saying she's dealing with those mental health issues, and then she goes after the website they posted the article about it. You know, like I don't really get it. I honestly don't get it. Just I don't understand it at all. Like we don't know why she pulled out of that fight. She's not saying, and then when people speculate, she gets angry. It's just stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's either just say what's up or just don't say anything. You know?
100% agreed. I agree. Let's see if there's any other fights here. OSP and yeah, we talked about this one. That fight's not happening.
That's your favorite fight.
That fight will not happen. I'm gonna say that fight's getting canceled. I'm pretty sure we talked about these. Yeah, we talked about them. All right, so those are done. No big fights for 286 yet. Well, I mean, Leon and Usman's supposed to be in the main event, but like people are saying Usman's hand is like injured, right? So that fight even gonna happen, Marcel?
I don't know. I also don't know if it will be pay-per-view for you guys because it's like regular European time. So
right. No, I understand that. That makes kind of sense. Anything else you want to talk about, man?
Do you want to talk about it or not? Did we talk about that Mike Jackson, Jake Shields altercation and
altercation? Yeah, I don't know if we talked about it. It's kind of stupid in my opinion. Like I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think Jake Shields has just turned into like this ultimate troll kind of guy on Twitter. It's just weird. Like he's just like a big mouth on Twitter now. Like Mike Jackson also, big mouth and always brings up the whole like white fragility thing. And Mike follows me on Twitter. Like I don't have an issue with Mike, to be honest with you. But I just find the whole thing just stupid. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, man. It's just like so stupid. The whole thing with being upset with what people saying and the whole black and white stuff kind of thing is so stupid to me. For me, it's like I like you or I don't like you. I don't care if you're white, black, orange, purple, or brown. If I like you, I like you. If I don't like you, I don't like you. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's nothing like that. And I don't put everything in how do you say that?
Black and white terms.
Yeah, and I don't put everything in how do you I in cages or how do you say that? That I put somebody there and somebody there. For me, everybody's the same. So.
Yeah, I'm with you, Marcel. The States is a lot different though, Marcel, than here. Like the States is like there's a big history of like racism there, more so than in, like maybe your country or even in Canada. Although there's obviously it goes on. Anyways, the whole thing is like him getting attacked or whatever at the PI, and I think he's suing him if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It's just it's a crazy situation. I don't know. Jake Shields just turned into a troll though. I find his Twitter. I think I muted him now. I just find him so obnoxious on Twitter. He's like that Andrew Tate guy. He's like trying to be like him. That's basically what he's trying to do. Just trying to be like him. They're trying to be like alpha males or whatever.
Listen, man, the Andrew Tate guy, I don't really care, but it's so weird when I went to the gas station last time, and I went there many times to deliver mail, when I still was mailman. Right. And the guy behind the counter was like, "Hey, dude, haven't seen you for a long time." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not working as a mailman anymore." He's like, "What you're doing?" I was like, "I'm working for a website, MMA, MMA media." He's like, "Oh, well, what kind of stuff?" So, yeah, like MMA, like writing articles, that kind of stuff, doing podcasts. And he's like, "Oh, do you know Andrew Tate?" And that was like 4 or 5 months ago. I was like, "Not really. What should I know about him?" "Yeah, he's a famous kickboxer and this and that." It's like, yeah, I'm more into MMA, dude. It's like, I'm not really familiar with him. I think I heard his name before, and now that whole Andrew Tate thing is going on and everybody's on Andrew Tate. And I honestly don't give a fuck.
Right.
I have nothing against to do it. I have nothing with him, so I'm kind of neutral on this kind of stuff. So for me, it's not really relevant for me, so
Yeah, no, I'm
nothing
with you
really.
on that. Let's get to. There's a few other questions here. We'll get them.
Yeah.
Does Dylan Dennis show up to box KSI? I mean, he should, because he's gonna get paid a lot of money, I think, to do it. He better show up. And he was on. Well, Jeff Lee got suspended. He's the only fighter that Glory got suspended. I think maybe he was still betting after they banned it. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm guessing, but I have no idea. That's just complete speculation on my part.
Yeah.
Because like otherwise, like I don't know, unless he was involved with the Kroos thing, which obviously he was training with Kroos. But like that's the only thing I could think of. Like maybe he was still betting after they said you can't bet anymore. Because I know he was pretty big in the betting. And I think Glory fighter scheduled a fight besides Moreno. He's not there anymore, right? Moreno's with
Fortis, yeah, Marquez, Julian Marquez, but I think he's to syndicate now. Yeah. Onama still needs a new place, I think. Molina same. So I don't know about Tim Elliott.
Garrett Armfield, is he a guy?
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard these guys are going to train with that Trey Ogden guy. I think he's got a gym like nearby.
They gotta have, they have to if they want to stay in the UFC. So I mean, there is pretty much no choice to train somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm just checking everything. I think it's called Marathon MMA now. That's the name of the gym, the new gym.
Marathon MMA, okay.
I believe so. Yeah, I'm just checking right now. So yeah, about a month ago they changed the name of it. They don't want any. Kevin Kroom's another guy. He's not in the UFC anymore. He's in Bare Knuckle. He's in Bare Knuckle.
You remember the first picture of Kevin Kroom in the UFC? We're always laughing at somebody made his face into the Django Unchained with DiCaprio in it, or he's like laughing with that glass. Don't you remember?
I don't know.
You know that famous meme with DiCaprio in it or Brad Pitt, I don't know, with a glass in his hand and he's laughing.
Oh yeah.
And then they put his face on it.
Yeah. That's funny. I know the meme. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a classic one for sure. Don Shainis is a fight against Jack Jenkins, 284 according to UFC stats. Oh, is that a new fight?
That's some time ago. I think,
we talked about that one. I want to say, was he at Glory? No, he's not at Glory. He's he's with those guys like the New England Cartel. I want to say, isn't he? I think so.
But I'm not sure. Possible.
Gorilla, we talked about this already. You missed it. Let me double check the timestamp. 17 minutes into the podcast, we talked about this. And I do know who he is, and we talked about the whole thing. So if you want to just go back and rewind, you can hear what we had to say about that. I mean, is there anything else, Marcel? Are you good? Because like I think we've covered everything I wanted to. Just wanted to do a short one today, anyways. Anything else? Or are you good?
Nah, I'm good, man.
All right, my friend. Let's just end the podcast then. Marcel, you can find him at Twitter and Instagram, Big Marcel24. Me on Twitter at MMAOB. We'll be back next Monday, guys. Back to the regular scheduled programming. We'll do the preview for UFC Fight Night, Imavov Gastelum, and then we'll do the predictions for 2023. So hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Happy New Year, everyone, and we'll talk to you guys soon. All right, take care. Bye.